So what are you doing to prepare for when November 1st, the SNAP benefits, aka food stamps, end? Let me know in the comments. Are you stocking up? Are you just doing it on a hope and a prayer? And have you thought about how it's going to affect you, even if you don't get food stamps? I'm your host, Jedi, and this is...
And this is Anna.
We are currently in the ICW, what's known as the Virginia Cut, and we have a jam up of both. So you can see all of them up that way and all of them this way, all getting jammed up, waiting to get through the bridge. So I know it's a little stressful for my honey. And a thing with boats is if you don't have momentum and movement, you don't have control.
Ready to open up the west gate. Get green light. Chambers going to be the starboard side tie. Fill that wall over. We're going to take over on the port side.
Anyway, I'm against SNAP. If Jedi is cruising right now, I disagree with any government giving any handouts unless it's an emergency situation, a husband passed away or something like that, where they just needed temporary and governmental assistance. Otherwise, if it's a permanent assistance, I absolutely disagree. In terms of the food stamps, and we have to do whatever we have to do to make a living. And I believe in hard work and perseverance and getting things done as opposed to sucking on someone's tit.
There you have it. There's her thoughts. Mine's a little more nuanced. So food stamps of like all the programs is the one I can see actually being there. It's really good for like a family because we need more people with kids. So, you got both parents working, you got 5 kids and a little extra assistance to make sure you have good food on the table so they get to grow up. And what you hear me doing is just occasionally revving the engine to keep me a little bit of movement forward. There you go. Get a little closer. So I'm not 100% against food stamps. And if we wanted to do anything and really fix a lot of this, you treat oil as a utility instead of a commodity. There was actually a big part to stop that years ago, and then you can keep the energy prices down, which makes it easier for food production and stuff like that. That's why they do have subsidies for the oil industries as it is, because that's the biggest thing that affects your food price. Like over 40% of every piece of fruit and everything else you buy is the cost of fuel to produce it, transport it, everything else. Now, what about New Atlantis? Will we have SNAP benefits on New Atlantis?
Of course not.
This is a tax-free system we're working on setting up, so there won't be any safety nets, sink or swim. What the focus is and what it's meant to be is you're supposed to have charities that take care of things like this. There we go.
All right.
And what we're getting here, November 1st. This is very interesting state to state. Like, we're in Virginia at the moment, so I'm going to give you Governor Youngkin's thought on this. He's like, okay, the federal government's going all crazy, and we're going to cover the food stamps for the people for November and stuff until the government gets opened back up again. But then you have the crazy left-wing states like Minnesota and Governor Walz, who was, communist Kamala's running mate, and Cali, that are, intentionally pushing for civil war and adding in, and finally looks like we are moving. Amen. So we're going to get through this bridge here. And as you can see, she's totally distracted just looking at stuff. So we'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.